A terrifying timeline as a killer carries out 3 executions. A meticulous killing spree. That's what court documents reveal about a deadly triple murder in Moscow, Idaho. Court documents obtained by KELSEY 4 News show 29-year-old John Lee shot and killed his mother, his landlord, and the manager of the Moscow Arby's, even shooting at least 2 of them as they tried to get away. It is the first time we have heard in detail what happened Saturday in the killing spree that shocked the small town and left a community in mourning. Lee has no criminal history, and while we now know how police say he did it, we still don't know why. KELSEY 4 working for you to find that answer tonight. Our Jeff Humphrey is live at Sacred Heart, where the lone survivor in that shooting could provide some very important clues to this. Jeff?
Nadine, this is where 39-year-old Michael Chin from Seattle is recovering from multiple gunshot wounds. Mr. Chin, the only surviving witness to what happened when John Lee allegedly went to his apartment manager's insurance office and started shooting. Moscow detectives are hoping that after they interview Mr. Chin, they will have a better understanding about a motive in this terrible case. 2:31 Saturday afternoon, Michael Chin calls 911 from this building and says a heavy-set Asian male has just shot the insurance agent who Chin was meeting with.
And when they arrived there, that's when we found the first 2 victims. That was any indication of our first knowledge that we had a shooting going on.
Chin tells police that even though he hid underneath a desk, Lee came looking for him and shot Chin multiple times. 7 minutes later, Lee shows up at Arby's and asks for the restaurant's manager.
We had multiple 911 calls from the Arby's area, both inside and from individuals around it.
Witnesses say when Belinda Nyberg came to the front counter, Lee asked, "Do you remember me?" and then pulled a pistol from his pocket. He squeezed the trigger, but the gun misfired, giving Nyberg a chance to dive through the drive-through window. It was a short-lived escape, though, as Lee tracked Nyberg down and killed her. The sounds of gunfire caught KELSEY STEMRICH's attention.
I was kind of just in panic mode, trying to get the license plate number, trying to kind of stay back away from the window, and it was just panic.
Other witnesses took cell phone pictures of Lee as he walked across the Arby's parking lot and got into his black Honda. Lee led police on a 100-mile-an-hour pursuit before he crashed. On Monday, Whitman County's prosecutor said it was a miracle that Lee didn't hurt anyone else and asked for a $500,000 bond based on Lee's reckless driving and the 5 weapons found in his car.
There was a loaded semi-automatic rifle in his car sitting next to him, and I'm just very thankful after he wrecked and didn't come out with the rifle in his hand.
It turns out that weapon that Mr. Tracy was talking about was an assault-style rifle with a high-capacity magazine. Police in Moscow crediting the people who live in Moscow with giving officers a very accurate description of both Mr. Lee and his vehicle, that so police could stop him before he had a chance to use that weapon. Reporting live in Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, KELSEY 4.